we can often put ourselves in a box, but it's because we're programmed to believe certain things about ourselves, and we believe one thing is who we are, but it's not. Hi guys, I hope you're all well. Today I want to talk to you about your story and how you're more than one. There's so many chapters to our lives that we sometimes can stick with one story, or someone can put us in a box as one story and one thing, and people can put us in boxes to say that we're a certain way, but really, who decides that? I mean, we can be whoever we want to be. So a lot of the time I'm brought over because of my story about my accident, but there's so many other things about me. There's so many depths and just so many other stories about me that are interesting too. But sometimes you get categorized as like, oh, the accident, what happened? How did you overcome it? And it's like, there may have been so many other things in my life that I've overcome, which I have, that could also be motivating. But enough about me. We want to talk about this in general. So if you have like a story, it's great to share it. It's great to motivate people. It's great to kind of use your lessons and the experiences that you've had to help and motivate people. But sometimes it's good to, show other sides of yourself, or just be yourself at all times and do what makes you happy. Don't necessarily stick to what you think you should be sharing, especially online. If you want to share so many other aspects of your life, do it. Do what makes you happy. And with that, I'd like to say, we often categorize ourselves, and people categorize us too, but we often categorize ourselves as, for example, a quiet person, an unconfident person, a shy person, or a loud person. And this is all things from programming. This is all things from like childhood. This is all from situations in the past that people have labeled us as. And we stick onto those labels. We attach ourselves, we attach our identity onto labels that may not necessarily be who we are at this moment. We're always in the now. We are in the now, but sometimes we step back to the past. For example, as well, I like my examples today, when you look back at your earliest memory can trigger a lot, because your earliest memory can be the way in which you see your world. So one of my earliest memories, and the earliest memory that I can get back to, is when I was the first day of school ever, first day of primary school reception, and I had a helmet for my bike because me and mum used a bike to get to school. My mum didn't drive, and I felt different anyway because everyone else was going in cars and everyone else had like a father figure as well, and it just seemed we had a different dynamic. So it's me and my mum on our bikes, and I had a helmet for my bike. Of course, I was 5 years old, and you should wear helmets anyway, right? I clearly can't ride a bike anymore, so I can't remember. But I got to school, and my mum asked if I could leave my bicycle helmet on the shelf where the packed lunches go. Well, clearly I didn't have a packed lunch. I got free school dinners at that time, so that was different. And then also I had a helmet and everyone else had packed lunches, and I was like, oh. And I wasn't allowed to put my helmet there. Then the next minute I saw that on my school peg where I'd put my coat was a blue aeroplane. Now, I was always such a girly girl. I loved wearing dresses, and I enjoyed being a girl, like really girly. And so that, I think it's because my name is Jordan, it kind of, maybe people got confused and thought I might have been a boy. So they gave me a blue sticker, which really and I was really shy. I was really like the kid that would probably hide behind my mum's legs, kind of shy. And so that sticks with me. And then it reminded me of, oh, I've always said, I even have a video on here, guys, talking about how I never fit in, and that I feel like I've never fit in anywhere. And at that moment in time back then, it was like I felt like I didn't fit in. And that makes so much sense for the rest of my life. So when you figure out your earliest memory, and especially if it's kind of like it doesn't have to be super negative, but kind of a bit like memorable, it can shape the way in which you see your world. And that goes along with how you then go along in the future. You present yourself a certain way, maybe because of how people have treated you, how people have labeled you, how people have behaved around you. And so you believe that to be true, and you believe it to be your identity. But truly, your identity is, who do you feel that you are? Truly, when you get down to the core of it, when you just take some moment, be still and breathe, and when you're around the people you feel most comfortable around, how do you feel? Because that is the real you. And when you are with yourself, when it's just you and yourself and I, me, myself and I, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel confident? Do you feel like chill? Like, how do you feel? How do you express yourself? Because that is the real you. So we've gone on two little tangents here. One about, you know, being more than one story, but also about how things program us and how stories from our past. And this video is all about stories, really, because everything is a story, especially from the past. Well, of course they're all from the past. Everything is a story, because we reach for those stories to bring them to our now, to then bring into our future, because we, you know, we learn from past experiences. We learn from our stories. We learn from them, and we bring them in, and we sometimes attach them to our identity. So yes, I have had a car accident. Yes, that is one part of my story, but that is just one chapter. That was one day of my life. Yes, it lasted, like, I was in hospital for almost 6 months. And yes, it was carried on with me in the fact that I'm paralyzed from this one day. Your life can change in a split second, yes, but I'm more than that. There's so many other aspects to me. It's helped shape me, and I'm grateful for the positive ways in which it has shaped me and all the lessons it's forced me to learn. But I'm more than that, and you are more than your negative story, or you are more than your success story. You are so many more things. You are you, and you are the miracle that you are for being here. So just be yourself always, and remember that if you think that you are a certain way and that you can't do things like step out of your comfort zone, or you can't achieve something because you think that you are not confident enough, feel why you don't feel confident. You can change that. You can decide today, step into your power, stand in the Wonder Woman pose and step into your power, and realize that you can have whatever you desire. It's all about mindset, and it's all about kind of the identity you've given yourself. So if you think you're a shy person, yeah, then you may be more introverted, but it doesn't mean that you haven't got the courage to go for your dreams. It doesn't mean that you can't achieve these things. You can. So sometimes we just need to get out of our head, we need to get out of our own way, we need to forget about the past unless it's actually going to benefit us, and move forward. So I hope that was a little bit of food for thought around programming, around stories, and how, you know, it's all combined, and how you are more than all of that, and that you are the beautiful being that you are. So sending so much love and light to you. I hope you have a great day, and I will speak to you soon.